Hi, it's Melissa Jenner here. I just wanted to come on and have a conversation about something that I've noticed really holds people back at work. So, whether you're a manager of a team or you're in a team, let's have a think now about the importance of people being able to express their needs at work. This is something very difficult for people. It often surprises managers when they find out that their team have needs that they've never heard about, or it surprises team members when they try to articulate their needs for what they want at work to a manager or someone in their team. And this is because it's a vulnerable thing to do. Nobody wants to feel needy, but we all have human needs. We have things that we know from wisdom and experience that we need at work in order to feel happy, fulfilled, and being able to progress. And so, what I want us to just think about is coming up to the end of the year now. It's really important that we make space for two things. One, for ourselves as individuals, as workers, as employees, to really think about what our needs statement is. And two, if we're managers or we have a manager that we don't have a lot of time with, make time for this. Make time to really understand what your team members' needs are. So in terms of mapping out your needs, it's a really interesting thing, right? Because I work with a lot of people. It's one of the first things I do when trying to figure out how to help them grow in their career. And needs are sort of a silent thing. They surprise us. We sometimes like subconsciously or unconsciously figure out what they are and how to meet them in ourselves, but rarely do other people know what we need in a relationship. And one of the most important relationships we have in life is that with our manager or our team members. So when you start to apply a process to it, and you think deeply about it, you can be surprised and it can reveal to you some things that are really helpful. I'm going to share a tool very soon on here which will show you how to unpack this. But essentially, I want you to think about this as a layer of three things, okay? You have your base needs, your core needs, your non-negotiables. The things that if you don't have these or these get taken away from you, then the work isn't worth it, okay? So this is like the game changers. These are the non-negotiables, right? So think about if you had, say, 10 needs, you might have 4 or 5 in the bottom pillar of your needs hierarchy. We're going to do a needs hierarchy, which are the things that are your non-negotiables. And that if you're not getting these at work and these are important to you, such as a base salary or an emotional environment or a mentor or some training or whatever it is, right? A car park, whatever you determine as your base needs, you need to communicate these, right? And if your organization is not able to provide them, then you need to have a think about whether this is something that you want to be doing. The next layer is satisfiers, okay? And this is a layer of things that, assuming you get your base needs met, what else do you want, right? So if you've got 10 or 12 needs, you might have 2 or 3 in this layer, right? So these might be things like flexible working or gym memberships or, benefits, right? And these are often things that companies are happy to negotiate with, and managers are happy to negotiate on with teams if you make it clear to them. And the top layer is a really important one because this is your delight needs, right? These are the cream on the cake. It's really important that you don't get confused with these on the other layers, because sometimes we can get really emotional about negotiating with our team members or our manager about our needs, and we really need to be careful that we don't confuse our base needs with our satisfier needs and our delight needs. So this is a really important exercise to do, and I really encourage you to have a think about this as we go into the holiday period and think about, what is it that you want to negotiate for yourself in the coming year, because don't expect people who you work with to know. If you don't know, they don't know. So really spend some time on that, and I'm going to drop a little tool on this device very soon for you to figure that out. Okay, have a great day.